the coronavirus hit, the way that we all enjoyed Rotary and met was ripped from us. We had no choice but, in most cases, to stay at home, to become hermits in a way, to follow local guidelines and regulations. But because we are so grounded in fellowship, Rotarians did find a way to use technology and continue to meet and continue to create the connection. Now, clearly, it is not the same as being with each other, but it is still amazing when I look at all of you on the screen. The chances of me being with you tonight at your celebration in a pre-corona world was probably not very high. But here I am joining you tonight and being part of this amazing celebration. So using technology has allowed us to create that fellowship. A second core value that is very important for us is integrity. As an organization, we have some guiding principles. We have an amazing four-way test. We have the object of Rotary. And of course, we have our motto, service above self. When we live the four-way test and don't just recite the four-way test, we create integrity in everything we do, both in and out of Rotary. Imagine what the world would be like if every person looked at the four-way test and did exactly that, lived by those four principles that have been the bedrock of our organization for such a long time. A third core value for Rotary is our diversity. Diversity means many things. It means gender, it means age, it means race, it means color, it means perspective of thought. Rotary faced its big first challenge in diversity that took 76 years when it finally decided that women should be admitted to Rotary. And I'm so delighted to see females in your club. You know, the first discussion about women in Rotary happened at the International Convention in 1912, when a woman addressed the convention assembly and suggested that women would make good Rotarians. And of course, it took 76 years before that actually happened. Now, I would imagine that every woman in your club, every woman that you meet in Rotary, if you ask her why she joined Rotary, she will not say, because I'm a woman. She will say the same thing that we all say as Rotarians. We joined Rotary because we want to change the world and make a difference. So in our quest to continue to mirror our communities, we should look at our community and ask ourselves, does the membership of our club mirror our community? So if there are opportunities for bringing in new perspectives of thinking, Rotaractors perhaps, young professionals, other nationalities, with our e-clubs, we're seeing now that people are joining clubs from different countries and bringing an entirely different perspective. So diversity is what makes us stronger. Our fourth core value, of course, is service. We are a service organization with a membership of 1.2 million Rotarians. Service is what creates the magic that we do. We serve our clubs, we serve our communities, we serve our vocations, and we serve the world. So as club members and leaders, it will be important for us in this corona world to figure out, how do we continue to do that? And I'm pleased to tell you that clubs have never stopped doing service. Even when the pandemic hit, we continue to receive information about clubs that rallied and looked at their communities and decided that it was time to feed people who were hungry, that it was important to give protective equipment to healthcare workers so that they could continue to serve, that it was important to help economically with Rotarians and non-Rotarians who were suffering from the instability of this crisis, and on and on. So Rotarians have continued to serve, and they understand the importance of helping our communities. And the community starts in our backyard, but doesn't end there. So all Rotarians around the world are engaged in some sort of international service as well. And finally, our fifth core value is leadership. Rotary clubs are made up of leaders, all leaders. Even club members are leaders, because we are people who come from business and professions, and we accept leadership roles in our vocations, and we bring that to our Rotary experiences in our clubs. But even leaders need to be led. So that's why every Rotary club has a tradition of selecting people who will serve in important roles as the president, as officers of the club, as the board of directors, and then as leaders of projects and other activities that happen in the club. So each of us as Rotarians needs to look at Rotary as situational leadership. We know when we need to be leaders, and we know when we need to be followers, because we can't all lead at the same time. If we're all leading, who's doing the work? So we always have to have some sense of people who will follow our leaders and create the magic that happens in Rotary. I did have an opportunity to speak with President Holger Knack yesterday, and he wanted me to share his best wishes with you for a successful year. And he's looking forward to hearing more from Dhaka Midtown about how you as a club will find opportunities in the Rotary year. So I thank you so very much for inviting me. It has been an honor to be a part of your special meeting. And I send my personal congratulations to the leadership from last year, the leadership that is taking office, and to all of you who received special recognitions and awards and appreciations of service. Thank you again, and keep doing the magic of Rotary. Thanks for inviting me.